Hello everyone. For today's adventure, we're going to be hiking to the bottom of the Linville Gorge to see the Daffodil Flats. We're going to do the Mountains to Sea / Pinnacle Trail to the Leadmine Trail that will take you to the flats. I'm not exactly sure which route we're going to do on the return. We're either going to go back up unnamed and then walk down the road to where we parked, or we're going to just do the same route that we take to get to the flats down. That's just kind of up in the air at this point, whether we make a loop or not. But if you're not familiar with this hike, it's a pretty tough hike no matter which route you choose to take. We just kind of did the best research and made our judgment call on which one we think is going to be the best for us. You may prefer to do a different route if you want. Just make sure you've done your research pretty well, because this is, no matter how you do this, it's going to be fairly difficult. You will descend almost all the way down, I believe, and then the climbing is whenever you come back. And I think we're looking at doing 1,800 feet in elevation gain on the way back for this route. Not exactly sure if that's totally accurate. That's just what it says on a couple different online resources. I've also made a short clip to where I'm going to show you how to use the map that we're going to be using for this, which is a Linville Gorge Wilderness Area map that I have loaded in the Avenza Maps iOS app. So I'm going to put that clip in now. All right, before we get started with the hike, I wanted to show you how I acquired the map we're going to use today. For hiking this area, it's suggested to use the Avenza Map app and download the Linville Gorge Wilderness map within the app. So to do this, you're just going to go in the App Store and install the Avenza Maps app. This is it. That's what it looks like. So you get that installed and go ahead and open it up. And the first time you open it up, it's going to prompt you to allow location services, and you can do that if you want, but it's not required for what we're going to do. But anyway, whenever you open it up, it'll be blank. There'll be nothing in here. So what you're going to want to do to add the map is click on the plus at the very top. So tap on that, and then you get some options here. You're going to choose the very first one, get a map from the store. So tap on that. And if you've allowed location services, it's going to show you some maps that are for things in your general area. So we don't need any of that. So at the top in the search bar, we're going to just tap in there, and then it's going to take you here, and then you're going to enter a location. We're going to type in Linville. When you type that in, just like that, the first option you're going to choose is Linville, Linville NC. Don't choose any of the other ones. Just choose the very first one. All right, and it's going to take you here, and then you just hit search. And then the option you're going to want to choose is the very first one at the top, the Linville Gorge Wilderness. You hit download, and it'll change to processing for a second or two. And then it'll say open map when it's done. So you can either hit open map there, or you can go down here to the bottom and tap on my maps. And then it puts it right there. Now this will be here from now on. You can access it whether you have service or not, but you will need to do this at home or somewhere where you know you're going to have Wi-Fi or cell service, so you can have this already done before you get out there. There's a good chance if you get out there and you forget to do this, or you try and wait till then, you may not have service to even do it. So this needs to be done prior to the hike. So anyway, to use it, you just tap on it, and it opens up right in the map. And we're just going to kind of briefly go over the route that we're going to do today. Kind of towards the bottom, but over here on the left, this is the old 105, just a dirt road. And we're going to be entering it from the Lake James side of the area. We're going to come up that way, and then we're going to park here at the Pinnacle / MST trail. So what we're going to do is hike down to the pinnacle and keep going on the MST, and then we're going to hit the Leadmine trail right here. And we're going to take it all the way to the flats. And then we're going to spend some time there. And we haven't decided yet, but we're either going to come back one or two ways. We're going to come back and go up the unnamed trail and kind of make a loop. If you hike back up unnamed, you can just walk down the side of the road to where we parked at. We're either going to do that or we're going to come back the exact same route. We're kind of going to make a judgment call there once we leave the flats. But that's pretty much the general idea of what we're doing. And see you on the trail. So the recording of this is March the 6th, 2022. And just wanted to show you real quick before we hit the trail. This is going to be super crowded today. I wanted to get here earlier, but things just didn't work out at home where we could. But kind of just doing the best we can. But trailhead's coming right up. We're going to keep on going. So we made it to the trailhead now. And when you open your app, what you need to do is tap on this icon right here, the little arrow in the bottom right corner, and it will update you on where you're at. And it will move with you along the trail. So we're gonna get going. So the trail starts off kind of flat, but it will not stay that way for very long. It's currently 71 degrees outside. I think the high for this area will probably be around the mid-70s today. It's really a little warmer than I like for it to be, especially doing something strenuous, but kind of is what it is. This is kind of going to be peak time to see the flowers. So at least there's no rain or snow or any type of bad weather, so we'll take it. I left our hat there. I'm gonna check out the Pinnacle Rock. Pretty insane view from up here on top of the Pinnacle Rock. Awesome view of all the surrounding mountains. I believe that's Lake James down there, I think. I believe this is Short Off Mountain over here through the trees. And going down here is where we're gonna make our way down. All of this. It's gonna be quite the journey. A lot of burn in the calves. So I'm gonna climb back down and start the descent. In the distance you can see Table Rock and Hawksbill that way. And this is a trail. So it looks like the trail will be marked with the double white blazes. Oh, there's one more on the next tree down here. So I believe it will be marked fairly well. But the descent is starting almost immediately here. Each of us today are hiking with one trekking pole. I personally don't like using two. This is one I would say you're definitely going to want one. Or two if you prefer two. Still making our way down, slowly but surely. Taking our time. Slow and steady with this is key. This is the only switchback so far. Not sure there'd be very many of them, but they are greatly appreciated. Let me see one. Part of this so far has been not shy of a rappel and butt slide. Coming up on another switchback here. I'm not going to document every single one, but these are the first few that I've seen. There she comes down the hill.
It's a lot steeper than it looks.
Yeah, no kidding. It's insanely steep. Don't believe I'll say that enough today. Still on the Mountains to Sea trail. The pine trees are getting a little younger through this section. And it's kind of leveled off just a little bit. Still an incline for sure, but not what we've done up to this point. Getting ready to pass some of the only people that we've seen coming back. We've had to stop and let several people pass by us, but not too many coming up. So we'll get to the side here, let them pass. The trail's playing tricks on us now. It's been completely flat here for a couple hundred feet. Narrows back out right here. We're gonna descend steeply again. Oh yeah. Excellent view of the mountain right here. So we've made it to the intersection with the Leadmine trail. I believe we're gonna go left here. I'll double check my map and make sure I think that's accurate. Looks like a pretty good resting spot. So we're officially on the Leadmine trail. This should take us all the way to our destination. And it should be more of a easy to moderate hike. Definitely in comparison to what we just did. So if all goes well, hopefully we'll be there within an hour, maybe. Trail's very well maintained, it appears. Like the trail is taking us straight to the mountain almost is how it looks. It's definitely not, I don't think, but pretty awesome view on this spot. Someone found a heart-shaped rock and put it here. A little bit of rock scrambling right here. Navigate past. I think we've reached about the halfway point on the Leadmine trail. Right around where this tree is here. Starting to descend again. Some of these trees out here are massive. 4 to 5 feet wide. So the wind's starting to pick up the further we make our way down. But I can actually see the river line there now. Probably got to descend a couple hundred more feet and then we'll be at the river level. Less than a mile to it, I think. Come to a little creek crossing here. Should be pretty easy to get across. Made it to the river bottom now. Be hiking along the river for the last stretch of this, just before we reach the flats. Made it to the campsite here. Not yet. Cave right here. Another creek crossing here. A mini waterfall. Still on the Leadmine trail, but only a couple tenths of a mile left. Inching closer and closer. It's been nice to hear the sound of the river. Trail's shifting back in the woods now. The next clip I put in the video, we will probably be there. Got a little preview of what's to come right here. Made the final turn. Quite a few people down here. One final shot before we head back up. Here we go. fun parts begin now. Just wanted to include this in the video. It's very, very muddy through this little stretch here. You just kind of walk the sides of it as best you can. Good 100-foot section. Mini little rhododendron tunnel here. So we decided to stick with the same route that we took down. Stopped at the end of the unnamed trail and just kind of thought about it for a minute. I personally was okay doing it, but hiking partner seemed pretty uneasy about it, so we're gonna go back the exact same route we come down. So may keep the recording to a minimal until we get to the intersection with the Mountains of Sea Trail. But if I happen to see anything worth mentioning, I will definitely include it. So see you in just a bit. Slow and steady. Only way to do this. Can't believe people are still coming down. These people are not even camping. They're planning to go back. All right, so we just came from that direction. And we're starting the final ascent on the Mountains of Sea Trail. This is definitely the hardest part. So we're going to do like we have done the whole time, just kind of slow and steady. Take as many little breaks as possible. I think we have roughly an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours before it will be completely dark. So we do have a reasonable amount of time to get this part done. So I think we're in pretty good shape. So I'll see you in just a bit. Oh, this is a cardio nightmare. Kind of pacing myself behind another couple that's in front of me. Honestly though, if you're moving along this trail, you're doing pretty good. Made it back to this viewpoint. Steep, steep, steep. Got about half a mile left, so I'm just kind of taking a little breather here. Oh. Extra steep. Whew. This one is definitely rated hard for a reason. A good reason. This is probably the best shot of Hawksbill and Table Rock on the trail. Right in the middle there. I think I've got another 200 or 300 feet to climb to the top. Here she comes.
Oh, wow.
Made it back to the viewing platform. Pretty windy up here. Oh, what a hike. All right, so we got a couple hundred yards to the car, and then we're done for the day. I'm gonna head home, stop and get something to eat on the way. Go ahead and give a few final thoughts and end the video here. Overall, had a really good day. Before I get into a few other things, I will say that this hike is not for everyone. I can't stress that enough. If you're feeling doubt about it, I recommend that you not do it. If you're not out here, you know, someone that hikes every weekend, or you know, you're in outstanding shape, or you know, I would not recommend it for anyone that's not either of those things. I did okay with it. I took several mini breaks. My hiking partner struggled a lot more than I did, but she pulled through and was okay in the end, and she's doing much better now. I do recommend, if you finish late in the day, hang out and see the sunset. That was totally worth hanging around another 30 minutes. Maybe not quite 30 minutes. We might have had somewhere less than that once we got to Pinnacle Rock. But yeah, the Mountains to Sea portion of this, when you're coming back, not sure the exact number of elevation that you have to climb, but I want to say it could be as much as 1,000 feet in around a mile, and it is very, very steep. When you're coming back, there may have been one flat spot the whole way, and it did not last very long. The Leadmine trail, I would rate it as moderate. The trail itself, it wasn't too bad. It was a pretty good walk to the woods. And a couple places where you had to get down pretty low to cross the creek a few times. Other than that, it wasn't too bad. But that's gonna do it for this one. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it if you do. And please consider subscribing if you haven't. Totally free. As always, thanks for watching.